Hey there, Heather. Hello there, Jim Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to yet another Stone Cold Hockey season. We're doing the 34-75 NHL season, and right now, our Philadelphia Flyers, the one I'm playing for, are 25-3, 2 points ahead of the Islanders for the Patrick division. Chicago and Montreal lead their divisions. Buffalo and Boston are tied in their division. You win your division, you go automatically to the quarterfinals, and the other 8 teams have to do a preliminary round. So, regardless of that, see all that? Reggie Leach with 25 goals leads the NHL with Bill Goldsberry, Rene Robert, and Guy Lafleur also at 20 goals. Points wise, Marcel Dion leads with 41. Reggie Leach has 37, which is pretty good. He's tied for third with Don Luce, with Rick Martin second. Goaltending, Dan Bouchard with the best goals against 182. Ken Dryden 194. Buddy LaRock with a 2. Goes against Brady France fourth with a 208. Yeah, Brady Pront. We've played 28 games. So we'll have the Islanders. So we did all that. Lots of teams have played 27 for the fewest. Montreal's played the most with 31. Points percentage wise, Boston would lead. They have 2 games ahead on Buffalo. We're 14-2-1 at home, 6-3-2 on the road. The Islanders have yet to lose at home. On the road, they're 500. Chicago has yet to lose at home, and they're terrible on the road. So yeah, Washington's won 5 games already. Kansas City's won 4. California's only won 4, so Washington has more wins than Cal, despite the point percentage. Highlights wise, everyone's there. 25 hat tricks, including Yvon Lambert. Reggie Leach scoring a pair. St. Louis, Toronto from November 25th when Johnston beats McRae. Michael. Toronto. Michael. Rangers win 9-3. So the Rangers beat California, eh? Toronto beat Chicago 5-3 on October 26th for the third most important game. We're number 6. So we play December 13th, Friday the 13th. The only game in town is us in Atlanta. And our best goalie, Brady Perrott, will go against Dan Bouchard with the tandem with Phil Meyer, which was big for years to come. We don't have Stevenson or Taylor starting, which was weird. Anyway, our main guys, the Riverton Rifle Reggie Leach, a good guy, Rick McLeish playing center, Bill Barber, Kitchener playing left wing, Bobby Clark, our captain, Ross Lonsberry, Bill Clement, who would do color commentating for NBC. Gary Dornhofer would be color commentator for CBC. Andre Booth DuPont, Bob Kelly, Ernest Kinderchuk, Bob Pound Kelly, sorry. Don Bigberg Zaleski, and Dave Schultz, the big muscle. Tom Bladen, good defenseman who could score when he needed to. Terry Crisp, the 1989 Flames head coach. Stanley Cup winning cup. The Watsons, very good enough. Ed Van Imp, who was known for his hitting of Harloff in the Super Series 76. Ted Harris, Bill Savoy, Serge Lajoieres, and Jack McElhaney. The Flames with Eric Vale, pretty good player. Kurt Bennett, Tom Lysiak, Brian Hextall Jr., his father, Brian Hextall Sr., scored the cup winning goal in 1940. Buster Harvey, Jacques Richard, who was his big name for the Flames in the draft, but then he just lost his touch. Ray Cobo, Tim Ecclestone, former Blue, Keeper Curry, Hiller Graves, Bobby Leiter, Larry Romanowicz, Randy Mannery, Noel Price, Sean Lemieux, Dwight Biolas, Bob Murray, Pat Quinn, Pat Quinn, yes, Ed Kia, Dean Talfoyas, Jerry Byers. So here we go. A few minutes in. I have a chance? No. 5 minutes later. And another chance, and we stop them cold again. 2 minutes later. Oh, he's rattled. He's rattled. Get him, get him, get him. And I will take a penalty. It's Pat Quinn Do we take a bench? Yes, we do. Skiers. Pop up power play goal. Blade-ons of Steel. His fifth from Harrison Clark. 1-0. 3 more minutes. Aggression. Again, we take the penalty. It's good again. Do we capitalize again? McLeish and Watson can't do anything. Near the end, we score. Do 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 do. Well, that's not that's Murder She Wrote theme with Angela Lansbury, but it's Russ Lansbury, his 11th from Joey Watson and Bobby Clark. And we're 2-0 to 20. And with 5, we have a fight. It's Moose and Pipe Quinn. Well, these two guys really wanted to fight. Let them fight. We have a chance, Bob Kelly. Ooh. 5 more minutes. And we can't score. Let's go! Let's go down. Having a nice little manage and later. And after 40 minutes, we're up 2-1. We can do this. We can do this, guys. 4 more minutes. No. Control. It gets the tie. Craig Bennett. No. Killing the clock, if you will. Eventually. And Lasky, of course. Whoever hit on every score. It doesn't matter. They scored. Craig Bennett. Good angles. Craig Bennett from Biolos and Laziak. Answer tie. No. Take the lead. We're close to the end. Skiers. Do 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 do. It's Lonsbury again, his second of the night from Leach and DuPont. Empty net? No. No? No. And we survive in Atlanta 3-2. Lonsbury, the hero, with 2 goals. Bladen with 1. Herbie and Bennett for Atlanta, but we survive. We'll move on. Survive and advance. On to Saturday, we are not playing. Washington shocks Boston 3-2. Brooks losing to Adams, John Adams. Dupre, Leziak, and Tommy Williams were the goals for Washington. Busick and O'Reilly for Boston, but they lost. Kansas City couldn't do their job. They lose to Vancouver. Buffalo shuts out Minnesota. Montreal easily beats California. Yay. The Cupcakes shut out the Kings, so they're still undefeated at home. Chicago, Pittsburgh tie. Rangers narrowly win in St. Louis. Toronto ties Atlanta, so Atlanta comes back. So we play St. Louis next, okay? Others lose, but in Boston, so their home undefeated streak survives. Cali gets their asses whipped by Buffalo. Chicago loses for the first time at home 3-2 as Vancouver was up down 2-0, but O'Flaherty, Lever, and DeMarco scored. And oh yeah, O'Flaherty, Kitchener. Look it up, people. Pittsburgh beats Detroit. LA shocks the Rangers, and Washington ties Toronto. So we host St. Louis, and it's Bernie versus John Davidson. Remember him, Ranger fans? Yeah, he was a St. Louis Blue prospect. He was picked 5th overall in 1974, or was it 73? Can't remember, but 73. He was 5th overall pick, and the Blues had him for a few years, and then he got traded to the Rangers. Eddie Johnston and Yves Belanger are the backup. Eddie Johnston, the former Bruins icon, goalie. Gary Unger, who once had the NHL's Ironman streak before Doug Jarvis had it, and now Phil Castle has it. Pierre Plante, former Leaf. Wayne Merrick, can't remember where he was from. I think he was a future Islander. Chuck Leifley, former Habitant. Bill Collins was a former Hab, I remember. Larry Sekarak, Ace Bailey, not that Ace Bailey from the 1930s for Leaf fans. Ace Bailey, the backup, who actually died in 9/11. Doug Pelissardi, Claude LaRose, former Hab. Man, Montreal training with these guys in St. Louis. Bob Hess, Floyd Thompson, Craig Patrick. Yes, that Craig Patrick from the Patrick family. Ken Richardson, Brian Ogilvie, Bart Clay, and Bob Plager. Only 2 Plagers. Bob Gassoff, who's number 3, was retired by the Blues. I don't know why. Bernie Lukowich, Rick Wilson, Stan Gilbertson, Murray Kunz, and Bob Stoops. So yeah, they would have a couple of decent players later on in the year, I guess. 4 minutes into the game, St. Louis tried and can't do anything. Later on, they score! Ace in the hole. Ace Bailey has 14 from Sakarak. At least I'm pronouncing it right, I hope. Russian. Chance. McLeish. Damn it. John Davidson is so agile. We have another chance. Palisade. Oh. And then look at that penalty. Seletsky. Of course there's a Floyd Thompson. No. No shot. Good. We have another chance. No. And the Blues are jumping up. They're up 1-0. We should be able to beat these guys in our sleep. St. Louis can't do anything about it. Much later, Skiers. Felix Unger. The Odd Couple. His name's not Felix Unger, it's Gary Unger from Craig Patrick and Bob Hess. But he could be fussy too. They're killing the clock on us. That's for Bill Barber. We're in trouble. We're down 2-0 to St. Louis. We can't be doing this. 5 minutes. Jets? No. Another 5. They're killing the clock on us, boys. And we got piano lace. Lonsberry. Please, we killed the zone on them. And they got oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. Is 11 from Jimmy Watson. 2-1. After that, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We lose to St. freaking Louis. 2-1. John Davidson sank us. Bailey and Unger scored Clement. I don't know how. Like, how the hell did we lose? Perron did well in that, but we still fucking lost. Well, you know what that means. We have to autoplay the next game. The rules are if I lose or tie, I have to autoplay the next game. Boston beats Atlanta. Good for them. Cupcakes shut down St. Louis, telling them it's too easy. Vancouver beats Washington. Islanders at Buffalo. They lose in Buffalo, but they're still undefeated. Chicago beats Detroit. Montreal doubles up California. Kansas City gets their asses hit by LA. Rangers crush Minnesota, and Pittsburgh beats Toronto 8-5. There's any hockey. We would have hosted Toronto, but because we lost, we have to simulate the next game. Rangers beat Boston in Boston. Washington can't beat LA. We shut out Toronto. Perrot over Hamel. McLeish, Kinderjek, Clement, Leach, and Lonsberry are the heroes. Kansas City gets their butts handed by Pittsburgh. St. Louis and Atlanta tie. California beats Washington 8-1. Washington beat them twice, but California says, we're sick and tired of this. Montreal goes to Vancouver and beats the tired of them 5-1. So we go to Detroit to play the dead things. Montreal keeps their California thing around, winning in LA. Pittsburgh shuts out Minnesota. Cupcakes beats Chicago. They're still undefeated at home. St. Louis crushes Kansas City, and Boston beats Toronto as per expected. We go to Detroit and we see Bertie Perron against Jim Rutherford with Terry Richardson, Doug Grant, and Bill McKenzie in the nets. We've seen Rutherford in Philadelphia. Now we got to go to the Olympia to face these guys. Danny Grant, former star for the North Stars. Marcel Dion, before he went to the LA Kings, he was drafted by the Red Wings second overall in 1971 behind Guy Lafleur, but he was welcome. Nick Libet, Bill Walkhead, Mickey Redmond, who would do well color commentating for both Hockey Night Canada and the Red Wings. Bill Hogebaum, Phil Roberto, who was traded from the Habs to the Red Wings. I think that was to get Frank Mahovlich, right? I don't remember. Michel the Tigre Bergeron, who used to play before he coached and became a dick to some people. Hank Nowak, Pierre Jarry, Mike Cormier, Earl Anderson. Gary Bergman, who played for Cemetery 72. John Hamel, who would get his face caved in the battle in the Good Friday battle in '84 and just basically end his career. Dougie Roberts, Red Berenson, who was a St. Louis icon. Larry Giroux, Jack Lynch, Bart Crashley, who played in the WHA and also with the LA Kings. Byron Watson, a great player, and Blair Stewart. So let's see what happens. 4 minutes. Another hit. Check the score. Yes, we do. Dornhofer, yum. His ninth from Crispin McLeish makes it 1-0. A few minutes later, ooh, much later. Marcel Dion, Michael. 3 more minutes. They have a chance to take the lead. No. 3 more minutes. Aggression. It is Kelly. But we killed the son of Morak and Kelly 1-1 after 20 minutes. Much later. Suck. They're 12 games below 500. Check the time. We do. Dornhofer comes up with his second of the night, his 10th of the year from Lansbury. 3 minutes later, Did we take advantage? Another penalty. Blading got hit by Lynch. 5-on-3 skill. Power play goal. Blade ounce of steel. His 6th from McLeish and Moose Dupont. Another power play checks. Yeah, got it. Freak on a leash. McLeish is 13th from Schultz and Crisp. Who knew Dave Schultz could pass the puck? 4-2. 2 minutes. Enforcer. Aggression. 2 hits. No penalty. That's the way I like it. 4-2. Detroit's just going to give Bill McKenzie a chance because they've lost their touch. They've lost it, Diggs. We have a chance, Bobby Clark. Oof. We scored. The Riverton Rifle is 27th. Bobby Clark with the assist. It's now 5-2. They scored. Danny Grant, Barrington, and Rockhead. 5-2. Okay. Killing the clock. Detroit, Grant, try for a second tonight. No. Empty nets are coming up. And we survived 5-3. Okay, we'll take what we can get. Paramount beats Rutherford. Beyond did score twice, but we got 2 goals from Dornhofer, and Leach scored, so we matched them shot for shot. Do we play Sunday? Oh yeah, we play Pittsburgh, the Battle of Pennsylvania. Boston crushes Detroit and fine powder. Chicago beats T-Dot. Vancouver goes to Kelly, wins. Islanders go to Kansas City and beat the West team in the NHL. Later in the Rangers. Buffalo beats Washington 5-2. Well, 3 ties. I think we're the fewest. Right? Yep. We're tied with the Islanders, Scouts, Wings, and Capitals for the fewest ties. The most ties goes to T-Dot with 10. More ties and wins. Well, Kelly has more ties than wins. We have 49 points, so did the Islanders, but we do have 2 games in hand on those bastards. Atlanta, their 3rd place cushions, only had 2 points on the range. Chicago, Vancouver battling the Smythe. Chicago narrowly winning it. St. Louis is in 3rd. Minnesota doesn't look like they're going to make it, in Kansas City either. The Adams, Buffalo, and Boston are still tied. Toronto's got 26 points. They're way back. Good thing California's in their division. Montreal crushing the Norris over LA. And Pittsburgh, Detroit, and Washington are basically going nowhere. Reggie Leach number 1 in goal scoring. We have 7 20-goal scorers. My goalie, Perrant, 6th in goals against. Chico Rash. Where did he come from? With 3 shutouts. Hi. Anyway, that's it. Thing over. Anyhow, jump time. Oh, there's 19 minutes. This is the rarity. You know what? It's the end of the week. Let's do it. Let's beat Pittsburgh. Bertie Perrant against Gary Innes, who was starting goalie. Michel Plas, Bob Johnson, and Danny Herron there, too. That's weird. Herron and Plas both were Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Scouts goalies. All right, so yeah, I saw the clock at 19 minutes. I'm like, let's continue. Okay, so Jean Prodeveau, Rick Kehoe, decent player. Vic Hadfield, former Rangers icon. Pierre LaRouche, who would score 50 goals for the Penguins, then got a 50-goal season with Montreal, but he was immature. Lowe McDonald, Bob Kelly. That can't be the same Bob Kelly. Chuck Arneson, who was a Hab washout. Still Apps Jr. Still Apps Sr. was a still Leafs icon. Roddy Shock, who scored an overtime goal in real life for the Blues in 1968 to send them to the Cup final. Ron Stackhouse, great defenseman when he had to be. Lou Morrison, Dennis Alchard, Nelson DeBenet, Barry Wilkins, the Canucks first goalie. I mean, the captain. Bob McNamara, Colin Campbell. Yes, that Colin Campbell. I just. Bob Paradise, Dave Burrows, Shungi Legis, Kellen Pratt, and Steve Turbano. We scored! Cleveland Unleashed McLeish 14 on straight flat. A few minutes later, Thornhopper scores from Clark 2-0. That's from the Flash. 3 minutes. Here we go. Yay! Clementine. His Barber. Yeah, I'm going quickly, so I'm not going to do my shit. No hit. I think it Gave the hammer, of course. And they score. Roddy Shock on the power play with 47 seconds left from Stackhouse at keyhole. Ron, Rick. Ron, Rick, Ron. 4 minutes later. Here, the clinching second for Chris McDonald. Five minutes later. Kelly scores. 5-1. Well, Danny Heron's coming in. Actually, no, it should be Johnson. Yeah, it should be Johnson, sorry. Because, yeah, those two guys are in Kansas City. Bennington Clark. How many assists does Fred Bob Clark have? I think he has 4. And I thought so too. So taking another damn penalty. But at least we're not giving up goals. Lonsbury trying to get in on the action, no. Joe Driver, second place from Watson and Leach. It's a humble pie. It's a scoop of ice cream. Pittsburgh gets agitated. Paradise gets hit. And Clark tries to score, but it doesn't matter. We win 7-1. Oh, yeah. Clark at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assists. Oh, boy. Bobby Clark with 5 assists today. Guys on fucking fire. 7-1. This bitch is on fire. And nothing on Christmas Day because the NHL said no Christmas Day. Islanders shocked in Atlanta. Buffalo crushes Chicago. Detroit beats Minnesota. LA beats Vancouver. And Pittsburgh crushes St. Louis. So we go to Washington in our next game. 2 points ahead of the Islanders. Atlanta only have 4 of the Flames. Chicago leads Vancouver by a point of the spike. St. Louis with 33 points. Minnesota, Kansas City not doing anything. Buffalo leads Boston right now by a few. Way ahead of Toronto and California. Eh? Montreal, LA, and Pittsburgh ahead of Detroit and Washington. Each 27. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.